Hello everybody. Just walking around outside my house waiting for a taxi to pick me up. Getting ready to go on a long taxi ride to Ho Chi Minh City. But this video is not about Ho Chi Minh City. This video is about the long journey to Vietnam and our stop in Victoria, Australia. But before we get to that, I do want to take a minute and say hello to Baldrick and Jeffro in Chicago and anybody and everybody who actually attended the Chaos Cup in 2021. I hope Chaos Cup in 2022 was just as fun, and I hope everybody is enjoying life. Now, to Australia. Which way should it come from? That way or that way? Let's bring it from that way. So after leaving Bangkok, I finally arrived in Melbourne, Victoria in Australia. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot something. I'll be right back. Okay, this is a last minute edit. I never really explained to you why going to Australia was such a big deal to me. Early in 2019, when I realized there's far too many things in the world that I want to see, I couldn't make a decision on which places to go. I essentially made a top 10 list. I put 10 country flags on poker chips, threw them in a bag, and on my last day of vacation in 2019 in Austria, I randomly selected a place. That's where Australia came up. So I was guaranteed to go to Australia in 2020.
We will be going next year. Our vacation in 2020 will be to Australia.
And then the world shut down. Australia in full lockdown, couldn't go in 2020, couldn't go in 2021. So when I was making the plans to do this move to Vietnam, finding out Australia was open, I said, all right, I'm going on my way. And that's why I went during this time of year. Part of the problem with tacking this trip to Victoria onto my move to Vietnam is the time of year it took place. I ended up down there during their winter because they're in the southern hemisphere. It was pretty much cold and crappy the entire time I was there. Did have a couple of pretty clear days so I could take a lot of photos and videos during those times. How cool is it that their professional sports stadium is sponsored by Marvel? I didn't know that before I got there. I just saw the sign and freaked out. Also, these little half truck, half car things are everywhere. Sure, back in the 60s and 70s, we had the Ford Ranchero and the Chevy El Camino, but we don't have anything like that in the U.S. now, but they must love them in Australia because I saw these things everywhere. I want to take a quick time here to say thank you to Johnny Wilkinson, who hosted a Blood Bowl tournament called the Big V. There was a lot of coaches there. I want to thank all my opponents, and it was good to see that they've got a strong community there, and people were traveling from all over the country. Some people even flew in from the island state of Tasmania. Good job, Johnny.
cockatoo, and flying over the back is a red-tailed black cockatoo. Now you'll see when our big cockatoo flies, he's going to land on that side of the arena. He's going to open up that big, beautiful crest. You'll see the colours hidden tucked under inside, just like that. Now, although these two parrots look pretty different to each other, they have something in common, and that is that in the wild, they both rely on large old growth trees that have tree hollows. They can shelter and nest.
So if you make it was so dark that she couldn't see her prey, then Millie could find her prey. So if you're a little mouse and you make a noise, then she can find you. I think it's going pretty well. What do you think, Kev? Good show? Thanks, mate. We've also been looking at the adaptations that birds have developed today. There's one adaptation these birds have got, and it's pretty important. What is it, Kev? Is it their wings? Their wings, that's it. Their wings are very important.
James Rondo, is it? That, everything's good. Now you watch these guys from the back of the last year. He lost one race. Russo tips it into turn 10 for the first time. And then he's got the chook chaser of Dallas O'Sullivan behind him on the second radar machine. Then just pit exit anywhere around. I go down now.
Miss Lisa, don't be jealous. And we're getting ready to go out on the beach to watch penguins come up. They're supposed to be here about 6:15 in the evening. We got about an hour to wait. So we're just walking around the Penguin Center saying, gee, I bet Lisa wishes she was here.
It's going upstairs. Someone's going.
Well, thanks for watching, everybody, and remember to keep moving as long as you physically can and never stop learning. See you next time.